Hi everyone and welcome to Danish Palms. My name is Martin, I'm an artist from Denmark and I like to create a lot of stuff. Today I will create a diorama inspired by the nature and all the rough elements that goes with it. And with no further ado, let's jump into it and start creating some rough elements. So the first thing I will do is create rocks and cliffs with my fingertips. And to tell you guys about the materials that I'm using for today's video. Black or dark gray XPS foam. This one is extremely hard and so much more different to work in comparing to all the other softer ones in different colors than you're normally buying from craft stores or hobby shops. And for all of you guys out there, they're wondering how hard this foam really is. I will just tell you that normally you cut foam on a foam cutter with a hot wire. I use a Proxon. When I tried to do that, the wire snapped and I had to go for the bandsaw. And before we jumping back to the video, please leave a like, share and subscribe guys, it would help me a lot. And now, back to the video. And about working and talking about details, this is the fun part where you can carve into the foam, and it's only about what your imagination has as a boundary. After putting on the edges and also making the stone road carving it finished, I decided to go for a little more details, because it's all about the details, especially when you're gonna put on some paint and it's gonna be a pure eye candy. But before we actually start to put on some colors, we need to prime our projects. In this case, I decided to go for black primer this time. The same brand Vallejo that I'm always using because their products are super nice. For you guys out there that doesn't know what a primer is, it's simply just a base coat to put on a ceiling on your projects, and it's so much easier after to put on your colors. It will last for a long time. And now let's apply some wash to make all the details even better. Attach some thinner so you can get it even more waterish. Dab it with a paper towel to get the rest of the excess paint. Continue the same process over and over again till you're fully satisfied. And don't forget to put in some different colors to make the whole piece different and more interesting, especially when you're working on stone roads. And you want to go that extra step, get it to look really crisp and more realistic. You need to pick up a lot of things from the nature. Since we are building a nature diorama, wouldn't it be more suitable to pick up things from the nature that you can use? In this case, I'm going for really dry roots that I once digged up from the ground, and I was putting it to dry for a couple of days. And then after that, you're just gonna use a scissor, strong glue, and your imagination. Extra tip: use old leaf dropped down from bushes, pick it up, and then put it into your old blender or coffee grinder. Fill it up half the way, attach a little water and then some acrylic paints. Put the potion on a newspaper, let it dry, and then boom! You have an organic material that you can use for dead leaves or moss, and it works really well. Next step: cardboard and balsa wood. Here's another tip: use a steel brush and just brush the wood, especially when you're working with balsa wood because it's so soft. And it also makes the wood to look really, really old. And now let's build the Japanese fence. But before building, you need to paint it first. And there you have it, the Japanese fence. Now let's attach some glue and put it on the diorama. Next step is gonna be the door frame and wall. And on above the door frame, we're gonna mount some structure or patterning to make the walls look more interesting. After finish building the wall and the door frame, it's about time to make some details. So let's use the steel brush and make it really old. And after using the steel brush, we are going to make some details into the wall, and therefore I'm going to use some alufoil, make a little ball, and then we're simply just gonna roll it. And now for the painting, starting off the black primer, and then go from there. And now we are finished with the last piece, not the last piece of the puzzle, because here is the wooden frame that I made of oak. And on the back side of the frame, I drilled a hole. So when I'm gonna place a screw into my wall, then I have something for the frame to attach to. So guys, before we finish the journey, let's put in some white glue and spread it so I can put the diorama inside the frame that I built, and then attach the last piece of the puzzle. And then in the end, we are gonna reveal the last golden view of the diorama. And with these last words, here's the last recordings. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. Enjoy.